Welcome to the Mind Shift podcast. Join Rocio Perez, your mental performance strategist, as she navigates you through inspiring journeys with global experts. Explore breakthrough insights and awaken the potential within you wherever you are in life. Get ready to transform your personal growth. Here's Rocio to guide you.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited about today's guest. We've had amazing opportunity to connect. His name is Chiron. He has brought so much knowledge and wisdom into our conversation. He was on our TV show and now here on our podcast. I'm very excited to introduce him. Chiron, welcome.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me. Such a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. We were just talking offline about your upcoming book. And I would love for our audience to hear about the topic of your upcoming book.
So, this upcoming book is written for the high achieving women out there, especially to mothers, right? Where I found them to be really, really tired, exhausted, burned out because they're too busy mothering, taking care, nurturing everybody but themselves, right?
Mhm.
And I experienced this through my own mom, where she was really busy as a mom, trying to handle everything at home. She's a stay-at-home mom, and also I mentioned in the TV show of how my whole story was brought up by me being a very sick child, and I kind of put my mom in a place of an impossible situation because nothing worked in terms
Mhm.
of
Mhm.
doctors and the traditional Chinese medicine people and all of
Mhm.
it, a healing modality. She was desperate to find answers, and in fact, I have to thank my mom for it to open the doors for me to actually discover what healing is, what spirituality is, and what it means to heal. Right.
Wow.
So this book is really for the moms who feel like they need to sacrifice their entire life, to save a child or to get something going. And to rewrite that whole narrative, I think, for a lot of mothers who've been carrying the intergenerational message, to be a mom means X, Y, and Z,
You
to
have to
rewrite
sacrifice yourself,
right.
give up your whole life. I hear it all
Yeah.
the time. I'm like, as a
Yeah.
woman, and I hear it from my mother's mothers, right?
Oh,
I hear
damn,
it from
right.
all the women in my life who are like, you have to sacrifice your life.
Yeah, and it's even more serious here in the Eastern side of things. I'm not to denote any other cultural stuff, but for us who are more communal, I think any communal culture,
Mm.
right?
Hmm.
But in Asia, a lot of moms are suffering because of the whole people pleasing and expectations around it. And there's this whole story around, I think it's Dr. Gabor Mate's book on whole trauma, and he says that most people who have autoimmune conditions are people who are people pleasers and the whole expectation that need to take care of other people first before themselves. So I want to rewrite this whole narrative and coming from a voice of a son to a mom,
Mm.
right? Not as a man to mansplain to women.
No mansplaining here. Okay.
Right? Yeah. But really, it's coming from a concern of a son because I think mothers in the world holds the future of the world. I really
Mhm.
believe that.
I believe that as well.
And for them to own and remember the intelligence within them and what it means to heal, nurture, and lead. Because I really believe back in the days, I don't know how many of the ancient past, that women's are leading the community. And it's really a different types of leadership and narrative of what it means
Hmm.
to hold everything together without killing yourself, but
Right.
to be able to create a synergy and harmony, just like what nature is doing, like what Mother Earth is doing, right?
Hmm.
To all of the participants in the world that is growing from 1, 2 billions, and then the baby
Hmm.
booming period, and today it's 8 billion. Like, how is
Hmm.
it that Mother Earth is still holding all of us? Right?
That's right.
So that's the inspiration of this book, and I really believe when mothers heal and are fully whole with their energy, they have more to give, not from a place of emptiness and lack and scarcity, but from fullness, from wholeness.
Let's add one more from resentment. Because the body will resent that which it sacrifices itself for.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And we don't think about
absolutely.
that. We think of like mother, like love. Yes, yes, we're going to run in there and do it. Yet there's that inner part of our being that will resent that which we sacrifice ourselves for.
Exactly.
And what if we change the narrative? What if we decided to tell a different story and heal ourselves? So I love the work that you're doing. Tell us about the other work that you're doing out in the world that is making such an extraordinary difference.
Sorry, I didn't hear that quite. That was a
But
lag.
that's okay.
Mhm.
Tell us about the extraordinary work that you're doing that is impacting the world.
Yeah. So I work with people who are usually in transition from one thing to the other, and most people think that something is wrong with their life, and I help people see uh, what's right about it,
Mm,
right? And my work is really about bringing people into a journey, and it's not me telling them what to do, giving them more advice, more mindset work.
mhm,
And I integrate transformational leadership, emotional intelligence, spirituality, right? And everything that I know from the 15, 20 years of self-healing to
mhm.
activate the body's natural potential to heal itself, right? And I bring
I love
in
that.
all aspects, the physical, the mental, emotional, the relational aspect of things, and then the spiritual side of things. And I bring people through a journey, and I wish I could actually give you an image right now because I tend to draw this out when you ask me, what's this
Mhm.
work that I do with people, right? So
You
there's
can
a
provide
beautiful,
it. We'll add it to it.
all right, I'll try to paint the picture through words, all right? Okay. So there
Perfect.
is a symbol in Buddhism, right? Called Unalome, Unalome, right? You can Google that and you see this really beautiful picture that looks like a spiral in the beginning,
Uh-huh,
right? And then it goes twist and turn like a polarity going up and down, right?
uh-huh,
And then eventually the up and down starts to get a little smaller and
uh-huh,
smaller until it becomes a line. And then what happens next is the tree is a dot, it becomes a dotted line. And then at the end of the symbol, it's a lotus, right?
wow.
So it's a journey of the enlightenment, but when I see it, I was like, that's the journey of a normal human experience,
That's right.
right? And each phase has a different psychological um experience, right? So
Mm,
there's five stages to it. The first one is a spiral where we feel like this life is happening to me. Oh shit, I'm a victim. Something activated our lives. Things
mhm,
go out of control, and we go from unawareness to now awareness of the problem. Maybe this problem has been happening and festering underneath the rug and stuff like that, but now it's in the surface, right?
mm, mhm.
So crisis is not a bad thing. Problems in life
It's
is
a
not a bad
beautiful
thing.
thing.
It's
It's a
like,
beautiful thing.
oh, this was my blind spot. Now I'm aware of it. Now I can work on it. All right. It's
That's
beautiful,
right.
right?
Of
And then
course.
that will set us off into a journey to find answers, right? And we move from life happened to me to be life happening by me, right? I have to effort it. I have to find answers. I have to be right. I have to do this research. I have to do all of those things. And it's trial and error. So we go up and we go down, we go left and we go right and we go like,
You're your own Edison,
yeah,
creating your own experiments.
yeah, we spoke about that on the TV show, right?
Mm,
Creating our own
we did.
experiment. And then the polarity, after all feedback, each feedback will lead you closer to the center of like, okay, understanding of like, oh, let's not do that anymore. Let's fine tune a little bit because you get feedback, which brings me to the third stage, right? To a point where we realize, wait a minute, life is happening for me. Because the third stage is what I call the stage of the unknown. You tried
Hmm.
everything,
Hmm.
nothing work. What are you gonna do about it?
Hmm.
Right? What are you
Hmm.
gonna do about it? So at a certain point of time, you actually have to take a leap of faith. There must be some level of a quantum leap of a belief from what you used to think to a new possibility. And
Hmm.
that's when you open your eyes to new things of like, oh my God, I've never thought of this before. And then you go like, it's right in front of me all along. But most people will
Correct.
take that jump because we are so conditioned with a familiar past, a familiar way of thinking, and we rather stay there than just go beyond that. Not because we are, deemly conscious or whatever that we want to put a label on. It's just we are wired that way.
We are wired that way.
We are wired for survival.
We are. They said 80% of our thoughts plus are negative. 80%.
hmm Negative,
And of
negative
those
device.
thoughts, we have 95% of those thoughts are on autopilot. They just keep on spinning and spinning and spinning
Exactly.
without our awareness. And we think somebody continues to know, like, maybe they did it once to us.
Yeah,
Or maybe it is we did it to ourselves because it's our perception, our interpretation of the world that actually impacts us even more. I believe that what other people can do because it's like we're the ones who are cascading that avalanche of
absolutely.
negativity
You know what's the best part to that? We think we are right.
all the time. We keep on pointing fingers like they did it, they did it, they like you're the only constant in the
Exactly.
with all of the theys.
Right.
I
So
get
the
that.
un so the unknown goes from making judgment to asking questions, better questions, which you go like, oh shit, there are things that I don't know. There's some level of humility around it. There's
Hmm.
there's this shedding of the ego, there's this dying of beliefs, and you go like, oh my God. That's when you have clear new perception of a completely new reality,
That's right.
right? Which goes to the fourth stage, and you go like, ah, this is what the new reality feels like, right? You cross the threshold and you feel like, okay, this is my new sense of being, but the new identity has not been fully formed. You got to actually practice it, live it, embody it. It's not just go on a retreat. You get an aha moment and you just like blast into a new world, and then you go like, the hardest part for me, if I remember it, is coming back home after having all my spiritual experiences. And you go like, shit, how do I share this with my society and my family and my community? I feel like a weirdo. And if anybody's gonna resonate this at all, I've been doing marketing for the last of years of my business and go like, it's still not reaching people because I
Hmm.
talk about all this spiritual stuff and only those who have walked the journey would have understand me. And then go like, okay, how do I touch these people to actually start their journey without forcing it on them? So this is
Yes.
what pop stage is about. It's in fact the real work begins here. Right, where you start using your gift and you share, and now you're contributing to society. This is where in the hero's journey, the heroine's journey of come home to be a more integrated self, right? Not judging others, but out of our spiritual high horse, but to really be in the world, but not getting lost in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the last stage, which is what we call the enlightenment stage or the manifested stage, right, is where we're integrated. Our gifts starts to form externally, right? We healed. We're serving the world, and the world it meets us back, to who we are. And that's basically, the five different stages that we're in. And each stage has a different tool or things that I get people to work with. Because as much as this is not non-linear, right?
Hmm.
We still have to teach people in a linear way.
Isn't that fascinating? We do. Uh, because that's how we learn. That
Exactly.
is how we learn. That's how
How
we
we
take
learn.
it.
Yeah.
As we're coming to a close, this is so fascinating. I could be here for the next week, the next month, right here having this conversation. I love this conversation. Thank you for being here today. Give us some final insights.
So I'll say, if you want to start on your journey of this whole transformational journey, and you are in a transition and you feel like you're at the end of the rope and you don't know what to do next, especially when you're so conditioned to do it all, say it all, know it all, and you're all over the place,
Mhm.
my invitation is to listen, if you can, to the inner voice that's been shouting at you. But if you can't, then if you hear this is a message. Go to somewhere quiet, at least for a day or a weekend, or at least 1, 2 hours if you don't have that time, to just really let those things sink in for a moment, and then ask yourself this question of like, okay, what is possible? What is something that I have been avoiding, denying? What's the truth that I need to know right now, right?
What's been screaming?
And my first step for all of you is to ask this question: what is my life for? Yes, starts with you. It's for you first and foremost, and never anything else. And then, how would you dedicate you as your life, the gifts that you have to the world, right? I don't believe in how big an ambition is, and it's not comparable. If you're a stay-at-home mom and you're hearing this and you're listening to okay, my eternal purpose is to serve my family, but let it come from a place of how is it serving you first.
Wow, amazing. Wow. And we can be here, and I know it's going to be exciting when we get to be in that space together.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here, Chiron. I appreciate you. And I'm looking forward to people connecting with you. We'll be sharing social media handles and information for you to connect with Chiron. So thank you so much for being here today.
Likewise, thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you for joining us today on the Mindshift podcast. Rocio hopes you've been inspired and gained insights to fuel your journey of personal growth. Remember to subscribe and share this episode with friends who are also exploring their potential. Leave us a review to help spread the message. Rocio says, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep exploring your potential with us. Until next time, goodbye.